afternoon, everybody. We don't have a full house, but it is great to have everyone here. It was great for me to listen to the music session right before lunch to see how everything is connected. We have a client, Hard Rock Hotels and Hard Rock Cafe, and they're looking for opportunities to leverage music to market their brand all the time. And my son is a drummer or aspiring drummer. I was talking to Eric about potentially there's an internship opportunity for Nicholas. So it's a great talk. But my talk is about travel. I'm George Cao. I'm from a company called Dragon Trail Interactive. We're based in Beijing. We have an office in Shanghai, an office in Xi'an. We're opening an office in London, and my colleague Roy Graff here will be the managing director for our EMEA region. So what I want to talk to you today is the topics about attracting Chinese consumers. There is a qualifier that says do it beyond using WeChat. I think it's a pretty tall order to see anything beyond WeChat at this point in China. What I'll try to do is I'll try to explain some of the kind of creative use or different use of WeChat beyond the core WeChat functionalities. I think one of the purpose for me to come here is I know there's not a lot of travel brands here, but I want to show you what the destinations and travel brands are doing in China. So if you're marketing yourself, marketing your brand and your products, there are opportunities for you to co-op and collaborate. So these numbers are known by everybody. Every presentation I do about outbound travel, I show these numbers first. There's no surprises, right? But there's one little number on this screen that is actually quite alarming. I don't know if you can recognize. Among all the numbers, there's one that's very alarming. Not something we used to see. Anyone want to venture a guess? It is the 3.4% year-over-year growth. We used to see 16%, 17% for the past at least 6 to 7 years. In 2015, when we were talking about outbound travel market and the growth trends, we're telling everyone 16 to 17% till 2020. This can be banked on. But all of a sudden, in 2016, we're seeing 3.4%. What happened? Is outbound travel from China, is it coming to a stop? If you look closely at the numbers, the overall kind of number of tourists, the increase is not great. But the problems are not everywhere. The problems are more closer to home. There's big drops in Hong Kong. There are big drops in Taiwan. Anywhere there are some geopolitical tensions between China and the destination market, you will see tourism affected. And these are very quick, results you will see. As soon as something politically is happening, tourism drops. And last year, there were quite a few issues going on between China and Taiwan, China and Hong Kong, and you're seeing huge drops in terms of outbound trips to those destinations. But the good news is long haul is still relatively healthy. We just had a press conference for one of our clients, Los Angeles Tourism, and they just announced in 2016 they hit 1 million Chinese visitors to the city of LA alone, and that represents a 25% year-over-year increase. And one of our other clients, Canadian Tourism Commission, is also seeing 26% year-over-year growth from China. So it's not a problem everywhere. There are some problems closer to China. There will continue to be some of those problems closer to China. But long-haul destinations, and especially some of the emerging destinations, are growing very well. There's one destination that had, almost 100% year-over-year growth, and it is Morocco. And the reason for that huge jump is because of the visa-free policy that was launched, right? And then for places like Israel enjoyed a 60+% increase year over year. So a lot of the emerging destinations are really enjoying, the benefits of the China outbound travel. So, like everybody else, all the travel brands and all the travel destinations, they are using WeChat in China. Right now, they're not doing anything significant beyond WeChat. We have WeChat-related projects going on for just some European destinations, Norway, Sweden, Belgium, Germany, France, Spain, Greece, Poland, among others. These are all WeChat-based, projects, campaigns, and things like that. And we have, 30%, just about 30% of our total revenue as a digital agency are driven by WeChat-based projects. So WeChat is very, very significant, and you see all these numbers, right? One of the other statistic that has not been shared a lot is the public accounts. There are 12 million public accounts. Each public account represents a brand, a company, or an individual who's producing a lot of content. They're writing content day in and day out. As a digital agency that does a lot of work on WeChat, we obviously track everything that's travel related. We monitor all travel and lifestyle WeChat accounts. We track their number of views on the post every single day. And then we send out reports on the rankings of the lifestyle and travel related WeChat accounts to our clients and to the industry, so people understand who to partner with and who to choose to work with when they have a campaign. As part of our index, we're tracking 39 NTO WeChat accounts. NTO are the national tourism organizations. These are basically, country ministry of tourism or a particular organization that's in charge of promoting the whole country, like Atout France. There are 39 of them that have already set up official WeChat accounts, and there are about 50 DMOs. These are city destination marketing organizations, including cities like LA and other places. Right? There are almost 40 of them. And then if you look at airlines, we're tracking just about 50 airlines, foreign airlines that are marketing in China. And then we're also monitoring about 13 cruise lines. All major cruise lines have a presence in China. We monitor their performance. We then send out these rankings. So WeChat is still very big. So like everybody else, travel is also using WeChat. But travel and tourism is actually quite different from a lot of the other brands that you guys are running. For example, travel, the path to purchase is much longer for travel than for a consumer goods product, even a luxury product. If you're thinking about you're a Chinese family, you're thinking about a trip to Europe, that's a pretty big spending. You're planning for that trip for a long time. You're doing all kinds of contacts with various media forms to get inspired. Where do I go? You then visit a lot of websites. You read a lot of articles on WeChat and other platforms, Weibo and other platforms, to make a decision on where to go next year, right? And then you find, a particular website you want to work with to make your booking. For most products, at that time, when the booking is made, the path to purchase ends, right? You've paid. you've done your bookings, but for travel, a lot of the kind of the journey of the purchase has just started. Because when you book your flights, you still have to look for hotels. You still have to look for activities. You still have to look for things to buy. There's lots of activities that you have to do. And then a lot of the purchases happen in destination. So a lot of the sales of luxury products at especially at some of the shopping outlets, if they're not coming here, they don't go to your physical outlets, you're not selling anything. So outbound travel is related to many businesses in foreign destinations. So along this very long path to purchase, there are also many different players involved. You're looking at travel agencies in China. These are outbound tour operators. You're looking at OTAs. You're looking at inspirational, user-generated content websites. You're looking at Weibo, WeChats. You're looking at many players, including us, agencies that are helping travel destinations and travel brands to market themselves. So all these players requires coordinated efforts. So what I want to, the main thing I want to share with you today is a marketing matrix that we use for all of our clients. If you're in travel, and this matrix can probably work for you. And if you're in other businesses, this may not work. But with a good understanding of this marketing matrix for all the travel brands, you can then hopefully identify some of the opportunities that you can leverage in partnering with the travel destinations and travel suppliers. So when we help a client launch in China, we say there are two major categories of activities they do. They do branding, they also do selling, and then they do these two categories of activities to two different target audience. They do consumer direct, then they do B2B, right? So just to give you an example, if you look at branding to consumers, most of the travel brands, they would start with a Chinese website, something that actually works in China, with maybe the China Cash CDN, but more importantly, getting the website hosted in China. You need consumer social media. You need consumer PR. You need consumer newsletters. They still work. You need to run consumer advertising campaigns. There's many things in that one category. If you look at B2B, as I mentioned, there's lots of players you have to work with in the market to distribute your products. So you have to look at B2B training and certifying the travel agents to become destination experts. We run a platform called China Travel Academy, and this is being used by many countries to create content on the platform and then train Chinese agents to become Canadian destination experts, to become Sweden destination experts. The platform is also used by some of the travel suppliers, Core Hotels, based here in France, and Norwegian Cruise Lines, based out of Miami in the US. So this is one of the activities you do on the B2B side. Obviously, travel companies do a lot of offline events. They go to trade shows, they organize road shows, they do webinars, they do trade PR. Many things falls under that category. Now, when it comes to selling, B2C direct selling, obviously you have e-commerce enabled website, that's considered direct selling. But if you're selling on platforms, e-commerce platforms like AliTrip, Fliggy, or Qunar, the largest meta search engine controlled by Ctrip, you're also selling directly to the consumers because the platforms are not merchants themselves. They're just giving you, a platform so you can reach the consumers directly and sell to them directly. And more often, travel brands are distributing through third parties. Like it or not, they're selling through Ctrip, they're selling through ly.com, they're selling through Tuniu, they're selling through Elong, among others. There are also emerging players in the what is called in Chinese 定制游, it means customized independent travel. So these are boutique companies that started by helping consumers to plan individualized itineraries instead of getting the travelers to join a big group. Some of these startups are getting very big. I just saw news coming in this morning. One of the companies called VLook has just raised a lot of money, $20 million or something like that, doing customized travel. So there are many, many partners the travel brands have to work with to get their products distributed and also to bring awareness to the general market. So just use consumer branding as an example. I want to show you some of the things that are doing a little bit beyond WeChat, especially for content marketing. Content marketing is very important, especially for destinations. The Canadian Tourism Commission or Destination Canada doesn't sell anything in China, but they're ultimately responsible for tourist arrivals into Canada. So how do they do that? They produce a lot of content, and they use this content to inspire travelers to think about Canada instead of other destinations. Australia is doing the same thing. All the European destinations are doing the same thing. So content marketing is very, very heavy. Some of our clients, some of the destination clients, Canada included, are probably allocating close to 60-70% of all their marketing budgets on just content marketing, and specifically on videos. Canada, going back to Canada as an example, Canada actually produces 3 bi-weekly video shows and distribute them on Youku, iQIYI, and other video sharing platforms. One of them is a 15-minute, 15 to 20-minute long core video that talks about various Canadian travel experiences. This is, every 2 weeks you get a new episode that's aired on all the video sharing channels, and they get on average about 5 million views per episode. A second bi-weekly program is called Canada Station, and this is shorter videos, 3 to 5 minute videos, and these are talking about up-to-the-minute activities in Canada. What's happening for the 150th birthday of Canada? How are they celebrating in Canada? How can a Chinese traveler, join those activities if they're planning a trip to Canada? They're also doing something called the Canada GAN, which is a B2B video series. This is videos that are in-house produced at a studio in their office. So their people are talking, about what's happening in Canada and to the travel agency community. So the agents will know up-to-the-minute news, what are some of the deals, what are some of the changes in visa policies and things like that. So that's one example of a destination leveraging videos heavily to promote themselves. So if you're looking at some of the other platforms beyond WeChat, a lot of these has been mentioned. Zhihu is similar to Quora from the US. It started as a question and answer sites, but it started to monetize on the content. They launched something called Zhihu Live, which is you do a streaming session and you can answer questions. I was on a panel with the chief marketing officer of QYER, one of the leading UGC websites in China. And she was saying that her secretary did a Zhihu Live streaming session and made 30,000 Chinese yuan in that one session, that one evening, for less than 2 hours. And he made $30,000. And at the same time, he's promoting a certain destination. So it's very important for destinations to tap into activities like this. People are interested in asking questions. You have the experts, the KOLs, to answer those questions. Today's headline is a news client. The founder of this company is actually used to working online travel. He was one of the early engineers of Kuxun,
which is one of the Chinese meta search engines in China. But they created this news headline, which features a recommendation engine based on what you read. Then, on your stream, they just recommend things you might be interested in. And this has become so significant. Statistics, some of the statistics they publish, they say today's headline, in terms of time spent within the app, they are ranked number 2 in China, next only to WeChat. So this is another platform that many, many destinations and travel brands are setting up official accounts. So you look at the, other news clients. For some of our clients, we do, if this platform has a public account system, we'll set up an account, and then we replicate whatever content we create for WeChat, we then replicate out through all the different channels. For the bigger clients, sometimes we have as many as 30 plus different accounts on various platforms. Some of them require specifically produced content. Most of them we can just use content that were created for WeChat. So this is another phenomenon in China. In Chinese, we call these 自媒体. You translate them into self-media. I would like to call them media entrepreneurs. About 50% of these media entrepreneurs run their company by themselves. And then another 30% run with a team of less than 5. These are extremely small media outlets, but they're producing great content. Many of them are producing successfully short videos, and some of them have become sensations. Very, very large audience are developed, and they're also charging very, very high media rates for advertising. So this is one of the short video platforms. It's called Pair Video. There are many, many like this. So they do one video a day. Each video is short, 3-minute long, and each video will tell a complete story of something. It could be, why a resort was built beside the West Lake in Hangzhou. It could be why someone did, something to their resorts that made it more sustainable. Travel-related stories, but very short and snappy, but produced at very, very high qualities. A lot of our clients are commissioning these media entrepreneurs to produce content on their behalf. This obviously has 2 benefits. You get someone who knows the subject matter really well to create very good, high-quality content. At the same time, they have a distribution power to get that content distributed out to a large audience. Travel media, this is the guy that I mentioned that have just closed a big round of funding yesterday. Flickr is another more travel-focused self-media platform. They do videos, they also do just normal articles. 24 hours, this is, again, has been around for a while. They're targeting basically the white-collar workers in Tier 1 cities about what to do after work. So just a little bit more on what we do. So basically, our services to our clients include all the digital services. We say we're 100% focused on digital, or 100% focused on travel. So we don't do anything outside of the travel industry, no matter how lucrative the projects are. And we're also 100% focused on China. By that I mean we focus on helping our clients reach the outbound Chinese travelers from China. In terms of the actual services we provide, we help our clients develop good and working Chinese websites. These are properly localized Chinese websites, most likely hosted in China. And some of them are bookable, e-commerce enabled. Some of them are more inspirational just on content. We also help our clients register, set up, and manage Weibo and WeChat presence, and run all their digital campaigns. we run a lot of campaigns for clients. And sometimes we're looking for brands to partner. When LA did a campaign recently, they partnered with Lionsgate on La La Land. Right? It's a very successful movie, but it's featuring the city of LA. All the major attractions were covered in that movie. So we just partnered with Lionsgate, not to promote the movie, but to promote the city of LA. So if you have any products that you think you can work with a destination, either in Europe or the US, let us know. We can look for ways to partner with you guys. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.